No permissions, birth looked up, taking flight flowing. Knows dissidence, balanced in dark and light. Steadying the agreeable index plight. Crypto tuning up, yup, keeping it right. Yup, the meme that's on the rise. Agreeable intense, one on a Pulsechain's pride. Opening those minds with all the positivity, marching in its time. Cadence in the grind, agree to disagree. Yup. A thought tiny, meet up, hits it right. Freedom and prosperity, the destination and the flight. Lighting up dad's farm, opposed to that nope rule. Firing up them charts, yeah, flying straight and true. Wink at the foes, cheer at the woes. Yep, stack stats gliding through the lows. The truth will set you free.
What is up, guys? This is Bright Light. How are we doing today? I hope my stream is like good with internet and glitches, whatever. We shall find out. They've been working on the internet lines around here, and it's been like cutting in and out. So like I've been having to switch between, but now I'm running on my hotspot through my router, and it's like running faster than it was on this computer in the first place. So I might just continue doing that. Anyways, I think today we need to put on the notepad. Let's put on the notepad and be the contradiction of decision. Yep and no, but I know nope stands for, anti-government, always like, well, it's not anti-government. It's just, like push back against authority. Like, we don't need your permission kind of thing. Shout out to people in the chat. I know it's AJ. What's up, AJ? You always support me. Thank you for your delicious videos. I know that might be a new one for you, but hey, whatever. I kind of posted, not starting until 7:30 PST, AJ, and then my internet holds up. That's just me. So I've been in my own chat for once. I am bullish on my own chat. I hope you all are. My face looks extremely clear ever since switch this up. I might have to do this next time. It looks clearer than last time. This is cool. So anyways, I am going to post the invite link on my X, and I think I already did. If you want to come on the stream, if anybody's watching, which not many people watch me quite yet, there could be other streams, there could be whatnot, but I got my bullish Pulsechain on, I got my dark matter frame going on. How do you guys like that? I know it's a little wrinkly and stuff, but like I try to fit it in the frame. It is what it is. I'm still bullish on my dark matter. So there it is. It's signed up in the corner. That's why it's framed. You never know. I'm bullish on my dark matter. Are you? We'll find out in the chat later on. But yeah, nobody else is in the chat. Let's go for it. I will share the screen and we will do this. Let me do my banner, of course. It's not financial advice. If you're here for the first time, just go over to YouTube, hit subscribe, come back. Let's do this. Yeah. I'm going to shout out a couple people and we'll be on it. And I'll come back to the chat. So let's present and screen share. Let's do the window. Let's do this. So there we go. All right. Now, this is my X showing I'm live right now. If you want to join the stream, I'm on X, StreamYard link right here. Anybody's welcome to join. We'll see. I also invited, this is shout out to Richard's only brother. Always allowed on here. Other founders are allowed on here. You know, let's like collaborate. Let's talk. You know, let's. How's Pulsechain doing? I don't know. How are you doing? Like with these charts and stuff? Do you need to take a break because Bitcoin's down? I don't know. It's like, dude, we're above like 100, so right, like last time. Um, we'll see. Let me try something out real quick. Um, Let me know if you're in the chat. My Wi-Fi is fairly good. I don't know. We'll see how good this goes. Yeah. Let me check this real quick because usually I got viewers. Um, Wi-Fi. We'll see. Other than that, hopefully that helped. We'll find out. Let me check on my phone real quick. YouTube. I should be all right. Yeah, there's a weekly live stream. Let's go to my channel real quick and see what I'm doing. All right, sorry, guys. I'll get back into it. I just want to see the quality. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm back. It's good. Anyways, how are we doing? All right, Scrubhead says it seems to be working fine. That's good. How are we doing, Scrubhead? I think I've seen you here before. I am glad you're back. And let's do this. I turned off the Wi-Fi thing on my phone. Yeah. Anyways, I think I was connected to the Wi-Fi and doing the mobile hotspot at the same time, screwing it up. So we'll see how it goes. Let's do this. Anyways, that's the invite link if you want to come, join, whatever. We are living the dream, bro. Yeah, we are. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's exit. Oh, I'm screwing up all over the place today. All right, there we go. Richard today tweeted after quite some time, kind of weird. Random thoughts, I guess. I kind of like that a little bit. Many know much and do little. One's goals must attract actions, and one's actions attract knowledge. Yeah, all the knowledge you let in that never did work for you took up the value space of knowledges that wanted to work for you. One's mind is like a magnifying glass to the sun. It only makes a difference when it's focused. So yeah, I think he wants us to get focused and market more. Some people could be taking that wrong. Who knows? But I said down here, knowledge learned and applied can still be gate kept. Go live life to the fullest. Doom scrolling is torture because he mentioned something about doom scrolling, whatever. Anyways, I just wanted to touch on that just because he tweeted. Like, at least the guys out here still tweeting. Big shout out to Wild SJ. She is doing the work at the Bitcoin conference. Tip my hat to you, SJ. And I think RG3's out there too. She says here had some really good conversation. Unfortunately, it seems that people we really need to speak with are not at the conference. That is a bummer. But either way, I planted our Pulsechain seeds in the eyes and ears of different wallets today. Well, that's putting in the work. Yeah, I need to make that flatter. I can see it. Wonder how I could do that better. BTC Bitcoin Vegas 2025. But look, got some pictures. That should say hex on it right there, I think. And then Pulse Ray Vision needs to be in his jumpsuit over here. Yeah. I would have thought they're probably I don't know how many people are here or whatnot. That would be nice to know. Maybe I should ask her, but she did. There's quite a few people there, you know, being at all-time highs and stuff. It's pretty cool. Some familiar faces. That's cool, SJ. Out there putting the work in. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. There's that. There hasn't really been too much news on Pulsechain lately. Although I think the prices are down a little bit. Hold on, let me turn that back on. Go down a little bit. I know I fly on. I'm on the fly right now, but yeah, I think this is important. Going to anything, I think we need to go to Ethereum events, things like that. Even if they just shrug you off and go, "Oh, you're a Hexagon or a Pulsechain or whatever," Richard Harthead, whatever. They're still putting in the work. I'm glad they could do that. I mean, if I had time, I would, you know, but I'm out here trying to build a better future for all of us and my family, you know. And I'm sitting here hodling just like the rest of us, you know. But hey, SJ's having the time of her life, it looks like. You know, I'll show that picture again. I like the population in the back. It makes me seem like it's going to be 10 times fuller on the next one. You know? Anyways, let's cut that one out. A little update on the homie farms. Let's go with 10% in the Nope Solid X pair here. We got 64% in the Dark Nope pool. We got MCR 369 Nope. We got 88%. We have 56% in the Saturno Nope pool. Not doing not too bad. We got 90% in the Nope Yep pool. We got 106% in the Stacked Italian Nope pool. King 2 Nope, we have 227% APR. Not bad, not bad. In the Nope Hawk pool, we have 154%. And if we scroll down here, I mean, there's plenty of farms here with plenty of APRs above 100. But the important ones are down here with the DAT token. So, DAT Nope's pulling 146 with $30,000 in liquidity. Like, you could still go to $45,000 liquidity and still probably be at 70, above 70% APR. You know what I mean? Maybe even more, you know. Like, some of these APRs are going to be good. Good. And we got the Hex DAT right here. We got 22,000 total liquidity in that. Still pulling close to 200%. We still have the Yep DAT up here pulling 310. It's going down slowly. And we'll look at charts later. But yeah, now you know how much I got in the pool. That's my regular wallet anyway. So my doxed wallet and everything. So let me just disconnect that. Now you guys know how much the doxed wallet has in it. I disconnected all the dApps. I don't know why I did that. That is strange. Yeah. Nope. That is not it. Anyways, let's move on. Yeah. Oh wait, that's not my doxed wallet. You can't see that. This is my other little tiny one. Anyways, DAT Solid X, we got 117% APR. That's not doing too bad. So let's look at the DAT price in a little bit after we give the update on the Agreeable Index. The Agreeable Index is pulling 358% APR with 2.4K and whatnot. So that is good. We also have some Mount Fuxmore pulling 340 and Refinery pulling 264. So that is cool. That is cool. Now, Trayvon. Bitcoin's not the only coin at all-time highs. You know, I just wanted to point that out. I thought this was funny when I saw it, you know. So I thought I'd stream about it tonight. Let's hit the like button on that. And yeah, we'll see how more does, man. Um, I don't have any of this, and I don't plan on it. Shout out to Trayvon, man. His token's doing good. That's cool. I don't really stream about other like community tokens and stuff like that besides ours, but if it's in the chat, I will. Things of whatnot. You know what I mean? You are thinking about going to Consensus in May 2026 in Miami. That would be cool if you're repping Pulsechain and all of that, man. That's putting in the work. Even if you just want to meet Ethereum bros or layer ones out there or whatever, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, that would be pretty cool, man. The more people out there doing things like that, maybe team up with somebody. Yeah, we could be doing it. Maybe one day you'll see me at one of these events. Who knows? It depends on how agreeable these markets are and whatnot. Because I'm wearing my little boy glasses right now, or my little brain glasses, because we haven't got to the charts yet. I may have to put the big boy glasses on for that and change a hat. I don't know. We'll think about it. I'm trying to be like more entertaining, but we'll see. We shall see. Anyways, shout out to Trayvon. Here on the OX Bistro, we have some actuator tokens here for sale. We got some 55 dark tokens. Dark matter. I think Journey 5 is going on. I meant to be some Journey 5s with my winnings from the last one. It's going to be pretty cool, man. I kind of like the fact that my fuel cells are going up just by my winnings because I haven't had to buy any more, you know. So that is cool, and I do have a Journey 4 fuel cell that is unscraped, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I might put it on the marketplace someday. Who knows? But it'll still be unscraped. It may never even see the light of day ever again. We shall see. No expectations on that one. But yeah, Hex got up here 422K. Somebody wants to exit. This is the proper way to exit. I mean, if a Pulsechain whale or even a shark wanted to exit, this is the place to be on Pulsechain. Just have people nibble at it instead of hurting the chart. You know what I mean? People buy it that need it. That is nice. I might have to grab me some of that. We'll see. It is over 10% less. The value of the tokens is received over 10% less than the value of the tokens on offer. So you might want to wait a little bit, but got some YEP token here. It's basically for marketing. Got some top hat here, basically for marketing. Yeah, because they're overpriced because they're in the red. Green, that one's a snag right now. I think this is a stake. I don't know. ST3 token. I think that's one of the pooled stakes on OX Bistro that you can, buy and redeem them when that stake comes due. Yeah. Then we got some bean down here. We had some deep bean. Well, right here. Yeah, pretty cool. 5.5 billion. So yeah, we got some bean. You can stake some bean, get some fees off. It's pretty cool. Shout out to Triplet Dad. So I know what y'all are here for. Let's get to some Bitcoin charts, I guess. That's my deck screener charts. Let's just get to Bitcoin after I don't pay for TradingView. But this is my previous line as last time on Bitcoin. It looks like it hit the area fairly good. I adjusted it a little bit, like a quarter of an inch on the screen or whatever. It was really right there, so it was off a little bit. Just don't shoot the messenger for putting it down here after I put the parallel channel to where I think we have to stay into to build this bigger head and shoulders that I think will be even crazier if it played out. You know what I mean? So that would be pretty cool. Like if we, let's say, middle of July, we break out right there, we would be going up to 152K. Looks bullish to me. There ain't no stopping Bitcoin at this point, like unless some huge liquidations going. Like I'm seeing all these Ethereum bros, all these Solana, like layer ones, everything. Everybody's like trying to get you to sell your layer one coins just to go into Bitcoin because it's gonna leave you behind. You do not want to do that. Like, get the ones that are down and depressed, the ones you believe in, and the ones that look like they could not be performing as well, but have a lot of promise in the future. Never financial advice. You know what I mean? I'm just here for entertainment and Pulsechainness. You know what I mean? Um, I think the bullish part is being in the market with other people like me. Like average Joe can make it kind of people. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's look at the RSI on this real quick. It looks like it's headed down a little bit short term, but we have conceded, guys. Like RSI is going down while the price is moving up. So we're still in that kind of territory. This is on a long term horizon daily chart. So like, and I think this line has never been broken from like previous cycles. It goes all the way back to 2017. You know what I mean? So that line's never been broken. We'll see. That's my like target now. If we stay in this parallel channel, and technically, if we do this parallel channel, break out of the parallel channel, it will put us. Come on, it'll put us out of the parallel channel. Let's say we break out like right here, like end of June or whatever. It'll give us perfect enough time to come back down and retest this big trend line to go back up, because that line is gonna have to need to be to have been retested completely and totally. Otherwise, we just won't be going back up, and it'll be a fake out. We'll come back down. You know what I mean? So we need to come back up and retest this stuff. So yeah, even half that line right here. You do half the parallel channel right here, and then pull it up. We can break it out of the parallel channel, and we can still do a clean breakout of that line and retest it. So that's my thoughts on that. But we have to build this shoulder, so it could be here for a little bit. Who knows? Hopefully by the middle of July, maybe August, we break out of this and we start going parabolic. But I'm starting to see all these bigger streamers get really excited. Like they're like getting into the like not euphoria, like the thrill, the optimism, maybe between optimism, thrill stage, something like that. I don't know. It's my opinion with Bitcoin. On the other hand, it could all fail. This could be a double top, and we're just going down further. I don't really see a bearish pattern right here. It is like going up and grinding, moving slow, and yeah, people take profits at the conference all the time, every single time when there's a Bitcoin conference and there's a higher high or whatever. People always taking profits, always. So yeah, hopefully this will play out. We'll see. Parallel channel. You can also do fibs, whatever, but this seems to be working fairly good for right now. Even if I squeeze the parallel channel down to the previous all-time high, it really looks like we haven't done much. Like, I remember when we broke this all-time high, man. That, like, the thrill and the euphoria was there, bro. Like, and that was a shorter amount of time. And then it looked like it completely go back down. It had like that half an M structure or whatever, but had that pendant, broke down, and then it faked you out and it went back up. You know what I mean? But now it's like, I don't know, BlackRock's in, all these companies buying. I think it's going to be a long con kind of game. Well, not a con, but a long game. You know, like I have to wait till next year. Who knows? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Um, on Bitcoin, at least. I'm glad my upper target on the previous Head and Shoulders got hit ish. You know, let me adjust that a little bit. So that played out. It kind of like showed that it had to kind of play out. So hopefully it starts building a bigger Head and Shoulders. If not, we are at least going to come down and retest the 94. And if we go below that, yeah, we would probably build a Head and Shoulders right here and break that line and come down. If you want me to show that, like we would probably go like this, bounce, bounce, and then go down ish, you know what I mean? Whatever, something like that. And then ride the line because everybody's going to be trying to save it, to want to go back up. Probably have a fake out and just, there you go. I don't know. I don't know about that, but you know, that's like my only bearish thing I could think of. There's another Head and Shoulders here, but then fake you out just like over here. Who knows? We could, like on the S&P, do a 10-year consolidation. Well, not a 10 years, but a 10-year consolidation or a year consolidation of just in this all-time high area, and then we can just, you know, ETF, everything's set up, bills are passed, politicians are in, everybody's in, and we're ready to go. You know what I mean? And I don't know if some of these Bitcoin OGs are going to be rotating into ETH. Who knows? But I'm starting to see the essence of the first micro strategy of Ethereum coming in. So we shall see. We shall see. And if that comes in, I mean, you better hold on to your hats because you at least have one ETH if you're an average dude. Like, never sell it because, like, 2030, it could go, you know, FanX says it can go to like 15K by like, you know, 2030. But I'm saying it could probably, some people say it can't go to 100K. It's not possible, this and that. They don't know crypto. And as I'm getting into this, like this is trending sideways and sideways. It acts more like a store of value and it acts more like gold every day. But if this is already at a $2 trillion market cap, it has to go to 4 trillion to go to 200 grand. So if it's going to take half of gold's market cap at 7 trillion, it could be around 300K, 350. You know what I mean? So who knows how many companies are going to be doing this? Like Japan is even doing the MicroStrategy thing. Some Japan companies are doing it. They're raising money through their stock to buy Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Everybody's following MicroStrategy. And Bitcoin is grandpa, the first one and everything. It leads the way. And most average Joes that make under 100K a year, they don't even want to touch Bitcoin. Like Ethereum is that one. Most retail is probably there. Like, yeah, they could buy a tenth of a Bitcoin or whatever and just hodl it forever. It'd probably make 50,000 in the next 5 years. Who knows? I have no idea. They can make 100,000, you know, if it goes to $1 million. Who knows? But you get my point. I hope the wave of from the larger caps into smaller caps and all these companies start investing in ETH, and maybe all it takes is being the first one, and maybe that's what it takes for the Ethereum ETFs with BlackRock to be starting to get swallowed up, is seeing these companies doing these Ethereum reserves or doing the same thing like MicroStrategy is, which it will come. Like Ethereum's just as good, if not better, than Bitcoin. Yeah, I know there was a DAO hack back in the day, but I think everything's been resolved. Like, there's a lot of layer ones out there, competition. They all have these different things going on, but and trying to solve different things. But I like Ethereum for its decentralization. And guys, please like, comment, subscribe. If anybody's in the chat, let me know. I know Pulse Jitsu with the Fast Abdul. He's always here for the tech. Who is not? How we doing? Glad to see people in the chat. A lot of people like watching on X. If you do not know, right now, if you want to join the stream, you can hit the StreamYard, and I'll be going over some more charts. Let's move on to ETH. But before I show ETH, Tangent, I've seen this a few weeks back, and Tangent posted this big, huge bull flag on ETH, and if it plays out and we ride this line all the way up, it could go to 70K. I mean, by the end of 2027. And that makes me far more bullish on ETH than Bitcoin if that plays out, because that is huge, man. Huge. I mean, it consolidated around the all-time high right here. It had its retest, and then it bounced up, hit resistance, come back down because the ETH Foundation and Vitalik decided to sell. You know what I mean? And now we had our bounce. We have our Gravestone Doji down here, and now it pumped up, and now we're in the middle of this thing. Like, we're holding support, man, and Ethereum is starting to get bullish news. I mean, we're just now hearing about like a company coming in and being the micro strategy of ETH. I think I know a few other cryptocurrency founders that have a lot of ETH, and are kind of like the micro strategies of ETH, but without a company. God, I wonder who that could be. I know one of them, Richard Hart. Yeah, maybe, yeah, Richard Hart. Let's go. If ETH goes to 70K, I hope that sack wallet ain't touched, dude. To be honest, because if it goes to 70K and he bridges that in and just pairs it with the supply of Pulsechain, whatever, like, just locks it in, man. I don't know. Who knows what he's gonna do? But like, there's no expectations of him doing anything for me. Like, from all of his tweets, he's like over and over and over and over, marketing. Community do the work. Community do the work. Community do the work. You know what I mean? He wants this decentralized, apparently. But this is hella huge for Ethereum. I mean, if it plays out, Tangent says, my quant sent me this multi-year ETH bull flag. Takes us, yeah, it would be kind of 80K, huh? So I kind of played this out, did my best on the chart, and we shall look at it. So yeah, this is on the weekly. If I zoom, look at that, like tippity top of it is 74,120, and we're always gonna get hyper euphoric at the top and everything. This is on the weekly here. Even if you did a parallel channel from right here, the top of the flag, to where the bottom of the flag is, like, we're above the midline. Like, we could even be more consolidated and go right here and still be above it. And what do you see going on already on the weekly at the end right here? Like, zoom in on the weekly, it looks like we're putting in an upwards momentum flag. Like, pretty bullish. Like, we didn't even retest the midline of the parallel channel like we did here. We consolidated above it. You know what I mean? That's pretty huge for ETH. So yeah, I think people are going to start to get bullish, and the more of this kind of stuff coming out right now, the more it makes Bitcoiners probably want to buy some more up to front run the, you know what I mean? Because if Donald Trump is raising $1.2 billion for the US to buy Bitcoin, yeah, they're going to want to like pivot a little bit. But then they're going to want to still promote Bitcoin and never talk about ETH and say ETH is dead and blah, 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 blah. I think all this ETH is dead, ETH is garbage is crap. I mean, I know Pulsechain can move without, regardless. Takes marketing, right? Apparently. Apparently we're not doing it right because nobody's wanting to come in. Right now, people are coming in. It's just slowly, we're building the floor. I'm bullish on Pulsechain. I just looked at my Sonic bags. they're down right now. Kind of depressing, but all of it's profit. I'm just gonna let it ride. We'll see what happens. Just leave it over there, forget about it. And Pulsechain's my biggest bet, so let's go. Um, but anyways, yeah, if this plays out, we can't break this line on the weekly. Like, we have to keep riding it. Well, we can dip below it on wicks on the weekly, you know what I mean? But we're gonna have to close above it, unless like we're close to the top, like right here. You see what I mean? Like, it can do this kind of stuff, but like it's gonna have to make clear lines, man. Clear lines. So even if we go to the monthly, it kind of looks a little better. You know, look at that. Yeah, all closes above it. I mean, even on the retest, closes above it. Oh, we pushed one more week into it. Let's just skyrocketed. Look at the size of that candle. That reminds me of a candle like this right here. You know what I mean? So we got a long ways to go, guys. And of course, if we have like all summer we go up, we're going to need to retest this by September in order to keep climbing. So hopefully this stays true. But right now, if I look into the daily, let's look at the daily. Looks like we're consolidating. Look at that. I'll leave those lines there. Let's get rid of this parallel channel. We don't need it. Leave those lines there. And let's look right here, short term. So it looks like we're doing a little breakout right now. Probably because of the breakout of the upper. Look at that. We're breaking out right here. Previous local high. Hopefully we close above it. And if we go to the weekly right there, we need to close above it. At least those wicks. It would be nice. Yeah, look at that. Top of these wicks too. We need to close above it. 2,700 and $37. So 2,700, I would just say 2,750 maybe. Like, just stay right there. You know what I mean? For East. And then continue up. I mean, I'm bullish on East. I hope you are. Close out this week on East, and yeah, maybe have like a little downtrend next week. And we don't even need a red weekly candle on East right now, in my opinion. But we probably will. Maybe a couple red candles on the 4 hour. We'll see. But yeah, definitely climbing up. I were to see let's go with trend line. I see this right here. Let's be conservative and go right here. And move this down right there. Conservative. 2 touches. We have a third on this wick. It's not the best. We can go down here. It's the top of that wick, but yeah, whatever. Let's go right here. Bottom of that wick. Just have a couple tests right there. And just, and just continue up, man. I don't know. It's a crappy line, I think, but you get the point. You get the point. If you wanted to do the fibs, take away the line, I would, just go to the previous. You can even go to the previous low, and there's your little, whatever. But I like going to the, right here. It's a little easier for people. We are above the 618, and if we fail this and stay above that, we can make another attempt. But we'll see. Little tiny breakout. Let's see how strong it closes this week. I hope it closes way stronger, like big, like above 2,800. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, that's East, man. You guys want to see some other stuff? Let me know in the chat. SMO Spider, what's up? How do you like my little chat on the corner now? StreamYard little shows it on the screen for me. Like I could big screen it on my screen and I can see you guys chatting right there if I'm paying attention. If I'm paying attention. I don't know when X is gonna get like updated in here, but like we'll see. One day I might have to go with other streaming software next year. Yeah, because I'm not liking the fact that the X doesn't really allow you on StreamYard yet to comment. You know what I mean? And I bet you are liking that. I bet you are. Um, yeah, breakout on East, man. Bullish, bullish, man. Anyways, on that note, I kind of do want to play it a little video of the second best narrative on Pulsechain. And man, guys, don't miss out. Anyways, back to Bitcoin, but now we're on Dex Screener. See, this wick on WPTC to wrap Pulse is still at that 138K target. And if we break out of that uptrend that we've never broken out of, dude, we're going there. Like Pulsechain is showing us the way of where we're going. We can hope, right? Not financial advice, whatever. But at least it's over here. I wish more Bitcoin was on Pulsechain, to be honest. More WBTC. Like, there's only 1.73 pooled WBTC over here. Like, I know some of y'all have to have some WBTC over on Ease. You know, I'd love to see that at like 100 one day, or maybe more. You know what I mean? Like, we're all in this together, man. Anyways, let's go to Pulsechain. That's what we're here for. I just had to show that wick real quick. Oh, let's show the RSI on this one real quick too. I kind of projected it to go down further. It hasn't, because I really use this one to chart with. So it's holding up pretty nice. Oh, that's the momentum. That's why. Yeah, so momentum's kind of dying a little bit. I thought it was going to go a little sharper. Thought that was the RSI, but it wasn't. Let's look at the RSI. Thought I had it. Yeah, momentum's kind of dying, guys, on the daily on Bitcoin. So I know this Pulsechain, but it kind of gives you an idea. Like RSI is going down. We need to retest, like reset, like down near the 50s in order to like keep moving up, you know. So yeah. Momentum oscillator is going down. If it goes below zero, you know, people are, we'll see. I try to keep it simple with just candles, but yeah, Pulsechain, that's what we're here for. Let's do this. I got my RSI up here. Let's go. Got all my drawings. Thank God I didn't have to start over this time. Yeah, because if I had to start over, we'd be here a while. Anyways, we are holding up above the previous cup right here on the previous lows, which I like. I do like that very much. Let me change the screen display to this. It's a little better. There we go. All right. And then let's turn that on. Yeah. So we're holding up above this, consolidating, but kind of gave me a worry. You know, it kind of looks like we're doing a little fake out here. It kind of looks like we're building a mini head and shoulders here, and it's going down again. We're below the parallel channel center line, and it looks like we're coming up to retest that, but we are in the purple box zone. So we still have time. This is on the daily, of course. You know, if we close above this on the weekly, though, could just, I don't know. My lines aren't the best on the weekly one. Just snafu them. But yeah, stay above it. Come on, let's build like a hammer, maybe. Sign of a reversal candle. It looks like it's almost building it on the weekly, so we could reverse. We're kind of due. It's kind of boring on Pulsechain. There's no news. I don't think there's enough complainers. At least I don't hear them. We still aren't above the 200-day moving average at all. So I think the next move would be above that and retest it and screw this parallel channel. We'll see where we go. But yeah. And on a longer time frame, we still need to get above this to be half sack prices right there. You know, kind of putting in a V shape, kind of double bottom wannabe recovery. Let's see where we go. It looks like it's probably wanting to do this though. In all aspect, go up, level off, and then go. You know what I mean? Who knows? By the end of August, I don't know, but we could like in June just send. You know, my time frame could be off there. But if we go to the line chart, oh, my bad. Gotta click that. Go to the line chart. You know, looks like we're retesting the previous area right here, the previous top. So there could still be some bullishness here because we haven't really touched it on the line chart yet. So we shall see. We shall see. On my previous line, step down lines are right here. It still shows the head and shoulders though. So if that played out, this is the bearish case. Let's just be a little over ambitious. We would be going down to the previous range right here at back down in the threes, guys. Like, wow. I would never see these levels again. I'm glad he's given us time. You know what I mean? He's definitely given us time to accumulate, do the work, do the marketing, and Bitcoin's at its all-time highs. It's not even at retail's not even here yet. Just think of when Bitcoin hits like 150, 200K. Corporations flood into that. And then Ethereum starting to move. And then retail starts getting the news and them wanting to come in. And then they look at everything and go, well, Bitcoin's too expensive. Hey, Ethereum's it's an okay price. I'll get a little bit of that. Maybe some Solana, maybe some Sui because all the marketing is paid for. I can't believe Sui sponsored a Bitcoin event kind of thing. Like, give me a break. You know what I mean? Anyways, you know, there's a lot of other altcoin things there, like Brett and stuff, parties, whatever. But still, you know, things are going to start moving when retail gets here like really fast. And I think retail will sidestep Bitcoin a little bit. You know, they will want to make more money quicker and dumber than a lot of these corporations. Like these corporations move very strictly and wait for approvals and things like that. So we shall see. And then they might see Pulsechain and all of our TA goes out the window, bros. Like all of it. So we shall see. We shall see. I think, like, if I invert, if I go to die though, this is the cool part. If I price it and die, it's not really like doing too much different, but it's holding up a lot better. Look right in here. Like it's touching this, bouncing off this right here, you know. Yeah, it still kind of has this little head and shoulders, but I can classify this as like a failed breakout. You know what I mean? And it failed. And a lot of people take that retest as a rejection, and we're just going to continue down, you know, and just go back down to here. This is priced in DAI, not USD, so it's a little different. So if we do come back here and consolidate, it could be good, but price didn't die. We are at that pivot point right here. So we could bounce, we could consolidate and build a bear flag, who knows, and do the rest of the test down here, fill the move, and then have that V-shaped recovery and come, whatever happens, we shall see. But that one definitely looks like a sloping over and wanting to roll over. It's not the best news, but after a capitulation down right here, we could see a big pump to the upside. You never know, because things like that, when it looks like the worst before the brightest comes, just might want a DCA. Pulsex. I haven't looked at Pulsex in a while. So, oh wait, let me go back to this. Priced in USD. I want to just looked up momentum chart. Momentum's dying, and I drew this line on right as it was pinching down, and it was kind of playing out. Like now it's bouncing. That was my target line. I'm kind of playing with things like that. It's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Momentum is a huge indicator to me that this chart, the upward trend, is lying to you sometimes. You know what I mean? I see it as lying, but greed, fear, whatever. Greed up, fear down. Momentum could show that people are starting to get greedy because higher high, higher high. If it didn't break down, it would have been an uptrend and it would have been in a bear. Anyways, I want to tell you all my secrets. Although you might like all my secrets, and I'm not the best TA guy, but been around for a while, a little bit. It looks like we're consolidating. It looks like on the RSI up here, if you really wanted to do that, I would probably it's probably going to come back down here to this area. I'm probably try to retest right down in here around 45, 40, whatever. That's what I would expect, but and that might be a good upward trend momentum. You know what I mean? Because if we're on the RSI right here, it's already kind of in that zone. Let's put that pixel down. Like we're at decision time. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of weird. We're at decision time, but and then the chart's going up. That's going up. So it looks like we're staying on trend. But yeah, we shall see with Pulsechain, And now that we've looked at Ethereum, that's building that and just broke out, all this could be null and void, and it could just be a huge fake out of a Head and Shoulders. My purple box is my purple box. It's where it needs to stay above. We shall see. If it don't, wick down below it, and we can just climb back up. Who knows? Let's look at Pulsex, because usually it's doing better than Pulsechain, right? But I really want Pulsechain to get over that 200 daily, man. Like that'll ignite something. But our little on the RSI down here on Pulsex, that little descending triangle kind of played out. So strength is kind of got a good DCA point on Pulsex if you want Pulsex. Go to the mom. Mom always knows best. The momentum indicator. See what it's doing. Let's go to the daily. It looks like it's kind of in an uptrend there. So it's keeping its momentum, but it's kind of going steady more. So that's good. That's good. We did that, let's just bring it down to this one. We're moving up. That's good. Like probably even take it all the way back to this one and put it down a little bit and call that good and call this a little fake out. You know what I mean? Because that's 1, 2, 3 touches. So now it stays above that line. We're doing pretty good, but I like to see the sideways action on the momentum there. Nice, strong. It's not like too bearish, not too greedy. I like it. On bigger assets like Pulsechain, like Bitcoin, this mom indicator works really well because it kind of curves a little bit, and it'll give you that little knowing that the trend is going to continue kind of thing. So yeah, RSI's doing its thing, man. I'm on the wrong time frame for that, but yeah. Let's move this line down here. Let's see if we continue. Like, we're almost at decision time there too. You know what I mean? I know my lines aren't the most accurate, but you get the point. I like fat, greedy lines. You know what I mean? Like, pow! So you guys can see them. Yeah, so I think by the end of this week, we need to start climbing up again on Pulsechain, Pulsex. Otherwise, we're going to start playing out some stuff. Like, I don't know, moving sideways in a more bearish scenario or consolidate for longer. Who knows? Maybe just one Bitcoin well is just going to come in from the sidelines. Who knows? You never know. So, yeah. Anyways, chart TA instead of RSI and stuff like that, it's holding up nice. So we know the momentum. The RSI is there. Cool. Let's look at the daily chart. We are above it. We have not. Well, we've retested it. We're holding up nice. Like, I don't really see a fair value gap really at all anywhere. If you were to, yeah, it's pretty much closed. We need to like bounce soon. That were a failed breakout and come back down, giving people time. People get, whatever. I know it's not no flag. It's not no, that could be a rising wedge. And now we're just trying to form a pattern. I don't know. It's kind of weird. A little head and shoulders still. So we could be retesting this line right here one last time. But we are on this still. On this, retesting this high. Previous high. A little better. And that would be the fourth hit, but we are closing candles really close to it. So we might break down a little bit on Pulsechain, Pulsex. I really want it to go up because it is decision time now. Like, come on, let's break out of this supposed bull flag or whatever. I know it kind of turned into like a rising wedge or whatever, but and those usually always break down. My experience. So yeah, we could be building a little falling wedge, maybe, like that, and then like maybe like this, something like that. Even on Pulsechain, it would look kind of the same like that, but there's only 2 touches, so there's 3 on the top. So yeah, my best guess with this is by the technicals, I would say we're coming back down a little bit, or maybe touching the midline of this and then wanting to come back up. Who knows if you could even make a midline of that. But yeah, that's Pulsex. It's holding up better. Let's look at the ratio real quick. I know I haven't looked at the Pulse East ratio. I really don't look at that one because you get it. Pulse X is holding up really nice. It looks like it's going to come back up here and want to fulfill the above 1-to-1. If I were to draw a line, it is retesting that pretty beautifully. So that is the trend. Like, there is 2 touches on the ratio up here. So that is good. 3 touches now because that right here and these, let's just make it a little prettier, just do that. I know we're not fully touching. We don't have to fully touch it. But yeah, we're right there. We retested, but now we're breaking down again. And it's still, I just saw a head and shoulders too. Why are all these head and shoulders on all these altcoin charts lately? Especially on Pulsechain. Like, Pulsechain has one, Pulsex has one. I haven't even got the hex yet. The Pulsex ratio has one, like, over and over and over. Like, somebody just wants to scare you out of this game. Well, we're not leaving. Anyways, you could have put a rising wedge right here, and now we're like just pretty much building a house. House of cards, however you want to look at it. That's the ratio. We're holding up pretty nice, though. I would really like to see it come back up here and hold it in order to retest it, you know, like push for it. But that would probably take Pulsechain going along with, because Pulse X is leverage on Pulsechain because it's deflationary, you know, all that jazz. Let's look at Hex, man. Hex, baby, Hex. Look at that. I was so bullish, guys. It failed me. Failed me. Broke down. We retested the pendant, and Bob's your uncle. Let's see. So we can remove this line. Let's yeah, I think we're come on, grab it. There we go. Let's shorten it up a little bit. So yeah, that would be the target of that. You could also do halfway for a halfway bounce. That's close enough. So a halfway bounce, just put it further out, maybe level it down. We're right there on the parallel channel. So hopefully we hold above the parallel channel, and we shall find out, man. Either this is bounce time, we're going to continue moving up, but it still looks like we're going to consolidate around this line right here, around 2 zeros and a 6-9. I know I really don't look at EHEX too much. Maybe I should this time. But yeah, a little bit more downward side, unless we did finally cover that previous high, you know, right here without the wicks, and we filled all the fair value gaps. We're good. We can keep going. Let's keep marching. And I think Hex could lead the way in that. Who knows? We could be starting to build a shoulder right here and inverse head. That could be the same thing as Pulsechain. Now that I looked at Hex, let's go back to Pulsechain, and could be building a shoulder right here. And if it drops down a little bit more, we could be building that inverse head and shoulders to punch back up to the upside in the future. But this would take days. Who knows? Maybe a couple weeks, maybe the month of June, things like that. We'll see. You know, kind of giving some people the last chance to get in, and Bitcoin can consolidate more or roll over more, and ETH could pump a little bit more, and some of the layer ones could like outshine, you know, everything else. See how it plays out, you know. So yeah, that's my secrets there. Now that I looked at Hex kind of gives away things, but yeah, I can see an inverse head and shoulders playing out there, kind of faking people out with some wicks to the downside, making it look like a failed break, like a failed bottom, period. And play out. Let's look at the wrap pulse ratio on this one. And yeah, Hex is holding up pretty strong. But I am seeing one thing. Not a lot of people are probably going to pay attention to it, but and I could be completely wrong, but that's a pretty sharp dragon tooth descending triangle. If we did just break down and we had that fake out and come back up to break, trying to stay in the uptrend, we're going to be going down, man, at least half of this, at least half that triangle. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be making a new all-time low, but like that's on the ratio though. That means Pulse could be stronger than Hex. Who knows? But the liquidity on Hex is so low too. It's like, dude, it could just be consolidating right here and just barrel out. You know what I mean? So that means Hex could be barreling sideways, USD value, and Pulse just takes off. Who knows? I don't know. Hex has more stigma to it than Pulsechain. Who knows? But yeah, see that That's bearish, but if you want the bullish, I should give you the bullish. We need to break out, and then it would definitely be a wedge kind of pattern, and then you need to break out, and then we'd get back to all-time highs. Right here to right there to like right there. Could be in a wedge. I don't know. That's two different things. So we shall see. Let's just stick with the bullish one. How about that? I like that more. You know, you can always make your narrative around things. You know, not the best lines. You get the point. We need to hit the top of this, and then we'll go. But then I need to adjust my line right here. Like I'm teaching people TA a little bit. I'm trying to look at multiple patterns within the pattern to see, you know. So we need to come up and do that. You know, and then we'll go back up. That's the Pulsechain ratio though. So we'll see. I'm kind of more bullish because Hex has lower liquidity compared to Pulsechain. So yeah. There's that. Ink. $1.77, huh? Still below our line, guys. Yeah, this one actually looks better than Pulsechain and Pulsex. I like that. Making higher highs even still. Wow. I'll leave that line there. Let's do this. Go like that. Maybe we're making a little pendant. Yeah, I like this. We need to bounce back up though, up to the top, and see what we can do there, and then break out. The breakout of that would be. Hold on. Do that. Let's make the line a little better, or you could even move it in. You know, things of that sort. And let's just do this and make it a hella bullish indicator that we're going higher, man. Let's go to 250, guys. Let's go to 250. Only bullish targets from here, even if we go down further, right? I don't know. Anyways, guys, if you don't know, you want to join the stream, links on my X. I know you guys probably don't, but it's right there. And yeah, we keep moving forward. If you don't know, like, subscribe, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and come back to X and say screw YouTube if you want. I know. YouTube kind of censors us, but it's okay. You know, it just takes a couple minutes, a couple seconds, a minute, and I'll still be here. And guys, time to get big brain. God, why didn't you guys warn me? Like, I didn't even put my big brain glasses on, guys. So, anyways, back to the chat. Hex T Armstrong, ahoy, mates. And yes, I am feeling agreeable. I'm glad you're agreeable. Hope you like my bullish targets, even if it looks bearish. You know, it's always most bullish right when it looks most bearish. You know what I mean? Schmo Spider saying hi to Hex T Armstrong. Yep, finger red number 1. All right. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Yeah, we might be making a knees and toes pattern. I don't know. Love you, Schmo. Yeah, we all love Schmo. Hex T Armstrong loves you too. Yeah. Maybe we all have dandruff. Yeah, we might. We might just need to scratch it out real quick, and then we can start pumping. You know, ruin your chart, dude. Yeah. Heck, E-Hex rocks. I'll look at that next after ink. I never look at it enough, to be honest, because I have stakes over there, and I think 2034 is that one. I have shorter ones on P side, but yeah, and they're smaller hex stakes, but you know, they're still out and long, and that's my hope bag. Like, having ES do nothing over there. So let's look at EX. Hex, the first one on. Yeah, let's just do this one, I think. Probably give us a close enough one, right? Yeah. Got the most history, I believe. Ouch. Hit log, it hurts less. Anyways, didn't really do this, but that's the monthly. Anyways, let's look at the daily. I know, like, uh, Bank X still holds some of this, so there's a little stigma to it. And it looks like we've hit some resistance and the head and shoulders played out, and now we could be putting in a parallel channel right here. That is possible. Could also be kind of, let's zoom in a little bit. Short term. There's our parallel channel. Kind of perfect almost, you know. Played the head and shoulders out. See if we can get back above it and see if I can see a pattern playing out here. Let's do that. Right there. And right there. So it's decision time. Pretty much. But it kind of looked like it's going to go down. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably going down a little further. So it looks like we're going back down to this midline. Just to be honest, this is E hex. But if hex goes, it'll help carry E hex above the parallel channel, guys. Life is not over yet for E hex. But let's change some settings on this to not extend these. Um, that would be a rising wedge. Yeah, it usually breaks down. So the target on the rising wedge would be, who knows? I'm saying half that. Let's just say that. But don't kill the messenger. Just kill the chart. Let's measure half that. Ballpark it. There we go. And yeah, half that. That's half the move. Sell it at the top of that, and then we go down further if it's more bearish. If not, we break up, get back in the triangle. Let's see if I can see something that's more bullish, because this is depressing, guys. Let's go right here. Let's go a little more like that. Let's just adjust it bullish real quick. Let's show you all a triangle. I don't know. Yeah, let's just, there's that pile of resistance at the head and shoulders right there you can go off of. And hopefully we just keep climbing that. I don't know. We'll all worry. I don't know, guys. It's looking like it's going to go down, but by the time it does, it'll go up. And I hope I'm wrong on this one, because I want it to go up. But Bitcoin seems to be sucking everything out of the room, and ETH is going to start be doing that too soon. So, yeah. And then I think once ETH hits like the all-time high or getting close to it, all of the layer ones will be starting to move probably pretty hard, because Ethereum fees will start to hit in. Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I really, really think that wedge is there, though. So we're just going to leave it there. Put it back. You know what I mean? I really don't like to play off the tips of wicks, but I'll show you guys. Let's Let's see what happens. I know there's not 3 tests, but it looks like a failed breakout. And people are trying to save it, and it's probably just going to go down. I don't know. That's EX. We shall see. If BankX just clips out, it'll clip out, and then we can go. And I mean, BankX, if you're listening out there, please just one click out, make a candle down to here, whatever. Let us eat it up, because I know a lot of people will, and we'll close above this within the week, and then we can just carry on without you. E-hex to the moon. Yeah, it's a stigma that they try to like at least put it in V3 and forget about it, or put it over on OX Bistro, for crying out loud. Let us chew at it. $100 at a time, $1,000 at a time, whatever. It'll take some, just as long as it takes you to clip out like this. That requires a little video drink break. So let's do a nice little respect the pump.
The pump, always, guys, respect the pump. I respect the pump in all assets. Why? Because it's kind of like karma. You know, the power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people. It's crazy, but I have this belief that whatever pumps, you have to pay respect. Because otherwise, if you like, oh my God, this scam coin is pumping again. Actually, you are kind of rejecting the pump from your life. Maybe it's a bit.
Are we rejecting the pump from our lives, guys? I don't know. But yeah, hopefully this gets back above that half a penny soon. That would be cool. Half a penny would be like right where we were, you know. There's resistance right here. I'll put a horizontal line. Let's do that. There's resistance right here. So maybe we bounce off that and hold it. Know what I mean? And then if I inverted that, oh, let's look at the Weiss ratio on this. Hey, that's kind of interesting. Higher high. We kind of made a lower low here, so East pumping, so this is going down because it's not performing as well. So yeah, probably going to go down a little further on E-hex compared to East 2. If East keeps going and Hex don't follow suit, yeah. So there's that. Let's move to the next best RH meme token. Most. Oh my God, guys. Did I call that? It's getting there. People look like it's saving it, but it's going to go further because that was a definite bear flag. Way too long of a bear flag, and it hit that line, and it just went. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was the last time we streamed. Something like that. Yeah. And it went down. So I was over ambitious on that head and shoulders, but yeah, we hit the target on that, bud. I was way over ambitious on that, huh? Yeah, I went down to the light right there. It should have been like this. So yeah, we're basically there, guys. Most, let's see if we carry through and get out of that trend. We need to get above that. And let's put a indicator of AMA on this. And let's change the setting to, I don't even think we have 200 days, but let's find out. Oh, yeah. I think we barely. No, we don't. So, yeah. Let's go to 100 days. There we go. I'm not even above the 100 yet, so we've got a ways to go. 200 would probably be up near the top of this wick anyways. Still in that downtrend from that previous wick, so hopefully, you know, a little more sideways action, maybe a couple more months, guys. I don't know, maybe month of June, we just blow it out of the water, get above our line. My bull line, right? I think that's my bull line. Yeah, that's my bull line. Let's move to the second best narrative on Pulsechain, the X Games, Solid X. Shout out to Firewell. I know Most is out there. I know RH Meme Coin. I know Top Hat's out there. I know a lot of memes are out there now. Thank God. Everybody's trying to cut out their own middleman. You know. Anyways, Solid X. Let's look at this from different perspective. On the daily, kind of depressed us. We had a fake out. I was hoping we were going to stay above it, but no. Kind of made it null and void. Didn't really play out like a head and shoulders like Pulsechain, but yeah, I think we're going to come back down to like $10 area. We shall see. I hope not on Solid X, but it is gonna retest that again. We shall see, man. But it's struggling. Struggling. The game comes out, probably won't be struggling, but get it while you can, guys, because there's big things. I mean, big things. Let's look at Nope. Well, our descending triangle played out. Look at that. Our descending triangle played out. Let's hope it just sits right half of that and we're good to go. And, you know, are we? Come on, move over. Let's do that. There we go. And put that the midline right there. Yeah, we're below the midline. So, yeah, we'll see. That kind of played out. It retested it kind of perfectly, I think, didn't it? No, it didn't even retest the upper band. And the support and resistance lines are so easy to like play these patterns. And if you go into Bollinger Bands, it kind of makes it easier, but you know, I use them very rarely. Yeah, so hopefully we get back above this line to get more bullish. We shall see. We shall see. Look at Yep token. The only green token. Like up 6%. Everything else is down. What? Like 4 on this list? I know there's other tokens out there that are up, like the gas token, things like, I don't know if gas is up today, but yeah. The Finvest, the ecosystem tokens seem to be doing pretty good. They might have a bot on their stuff. Who knows? But if you look right here on the Yep token, I put a moving average of 420, and it seems to be just gliding right above that. But we are retesting the top of our line right now, which is cool. Which is cool. I like that. We're holding up strong. Oh, I just screwed it all up now. I hate when that happens. There we go. All right. So if we look on the Wrap Pulse, the most agreeable token, look at that, dude. Whew. Coming up to resistance, though. We shall see. That moving average is curving up on the 420 day. That's above a year, which is good. If we change this to a 200, the thing about long-term investments is they have to be long-term. I like that we're above this peak of the 200 right here, and we retested it and bounced right the hell off. Look at that. Hey, that is, I was not expecting that on the ratio. Like we just, yeah, that is cool. A nice, good 10% move against Pulse. Not bad, not bad. If you're in the chat, guys, let me know what you want to look at. Schmo agrees. Yep, respect the pump laws. Yeah, respect the pump. Bank X, hope to do an OT seal and go. Yeah, that would be really cool. I think like a lot of agreeable support in the chat right now. Thanks, guys. I like it. Oh, there's P. I gotta let Hex T on. Welcome, Hex T Armstrong. Sorry.
Good evening, brother. Good evening.
How long were you sitting there?
I can't tell. It's a secret.
All right, it's a secret.
Yeah. I can tell you this. It's worth the wait. Hey, I just wanted to say, I know we're already into Wednesday, but happy Memorial Day. Appreciate your service and your family's service to our country. Got got a great cast of characters that circulate through your streams and with Randy Hilarski and with Pulsechain and everything. Everybody, Fast Abdul. Just not that I'm name dropping. I just want to once again. It's been a while. I haven't been real active because it's vacation season and I'm out enjoying life. But everyone I just mentioned and anybody I forgot, you've made this last 90 days of my life, maybe the last 100 days of my life, so much more enriched. Reaching out, being able to ask some dumb questions, being offering some suggestions or some ideas off the left field that has raised some eyebrows. I just appreciate the feedback from this wing or this clan of the Pulsechain Hexaco ecosystem. Yeah, it's beginning to feel more like distant cousins reuniting and family finally getting back together after a long separation. But I just want to let everybody know, being part of Pulsechain is something special. Yeah, I all know we're waiting for alt season. We're waiting for the pump, and it's going to come. Just have your plan ready. Know what you're going to keep. Know what you're going to take profit on, and just keep tuning in. But the network I've created, and I think I'm going to call you guys my network, my family. My network is way more valuable than what I'm going to do. X Y's with my Pulsechain moonbags and whatnot. But I just my hats off to everybody that believed in Pulsechain, that sacrificed for Pulsechain. I was not there. I'm a Johnny come lately, but I'm fully entrenched with the Pulsechain warriors.
That's beautiful, beautiful, brother. I'm glad you're here. I sack for Pulsechain, and yeah, it's been a long, hard road for all of us, and I think we're gonna see glory soon. Like sentiment shifting, especially with ETH shifting and Bitcoin and the conferences and everything. And shout out to all the vets. Yeah, I wasn't a veteran myself. I've only been to military school, but I still know how to fold the flag. So I got some of the teachings, and then we also have our made in USA hex here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of changed my background a little bit, but yeah, shout out to Memorial Day, and yeah, appreciate that. I'm glad you came here and you love Pulsechain. It's highly important to find a community that you like and that's sticky. And that's the best part about Pulsechain is it's so sticky. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You make bonds with
Yeah.
people. People
Mhm.
stream. People. This is how it connects. And I don't see too many Bitcoiners out there doing that these days. They just want to
What's
stream.
Bitcoin? Can you draw me a picture? What's Bitcoin?
This thing that takes 20 minutes in order to send.
Yeah. No,
You-
I've
you-
really rolling around even with Panos and KR and the boys on the Pulsechain spaces. It's good to see everybody coming together, at least on a common goal. Yeah, we're all going to still have our disagreements, and but it looks like some of the petty bygones and whatnot are starting to go on the wayside, and nothing's going to bring unity even better than some of those green candles that are, I'm sure, are on the way. But I drive anywhere from 38 miles to sometimes I can get in 250 miles in a 9-hour shift. And just having the Pulsechain community live, interactive, being able to grab the mic, being able to come on stream when it's appropriate, when I'm park safe or whatnot. You guys have really helped me stay focused. That's the most dangerous job I have, other than taking a panel cover off a 480 volt service. But the driving I do can really become tedious, can become monotonous, and I'm not really focused as much as I should be. But that's all changed since this Pulsechain community, especially those that are streaming and putting out content, have given me a voice and have educated me. And I'm here for the education. I'll give what I can on the technical side for electrical theory, electrical distribution, whatnot. Just good old fashioned wisdom that's been passed down to me by some great journeymen I had the pleasure of learning the trade from. But the work in the building that's happening behind the scenes, the protocols, the exchanges, just the maturity, and I'm going to use that term, just the maturity of Pulsechain in the last 90 days. I think everybody that's been wondering why I'm sticking around. I think that's why you stick around. You stick around because this chain, when it busts open, when it becomes that hidden gem in plain sight, you're going to see a lot of people wishing that they had the fortitude to look past the outrage marketing that RH had to resort to kind of capture some early attention spans. It did work; it had its place, but I know that wasn't his preferred way of teaching. But it's just like anything. If you don't charge for knowledge, people tune out. And if you don't capture their 30-second attention span, they tune out on you. And that's just a fact of life. But the people here day in and day out, you're not that. You're not those type of people. You're people that know commitment, and you're people that when you say yes, it's a yes, and no, it's a no. And my hat's off to all of you guys.
Yeah. Like, I'm starting to see a lot of people come together and agree on a lot of things lately. And like, yeah, we need to move forward together. Let bygones be bygones. Even with like the Rackham stuff. Like, yeah,
yes,
stuff happens in your life. Like, let's move forward. Let's move the chain forward together. Yeah, the past was the past. Stuff happens. Whatever. Let's move forward and I hope the highest of stakes 2 comes out and blows everybody away compared to the highest of stakes 1. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. It and there's something about humility. There's something that about accountability and I would want anybody that I have interacted with, if I say something off cuff or something that doesn't ring true, I want to be called out on it, and I want to be educated, and I want to be corrected. And I think you're seeing that. You're seeing some actual humility mixed with all the bright minds out there and the creative, and that's typically not crypto, but I think that's what crypto needs to be. Crypto needs to mature, and I think Pulsechain, even though its DeFi nature is counterintuitive, I think you're going to see more maturity on Pulsechain because of the struggle that you guys that sacked for the last 4.5 years or whatnot have gone through. And once we see those green candles come in, I think that's going to attract more people. The DeFi, but also DeFi done with some accountability. That's something no one's expecting outside of the Pulsechain community, but it's desperately needed.
I'm even thinking of the next cycle. Like, yeah, I'm going to take profits this cycle, but what am I not going to sell to carry through to the next cycle? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. I'm keeping 35, 30%. So. Yeah. I'm keeping 35, 40%. I'm really I'm really glad that I found Actuator early, and I was able to talk to Bill. C3 Works. Um, I'm glad that Pulsechain has embraced Actuator. I know there's a lot of shell shock PTSD from OG hexagons staking, doing what they thought was right, following RH, and then not being able to get out of a stake. And even some of the low performing Icosa stakes. Nothing against Icosa and that, but some of that didn't pan out. I think what Bill has got going over at Actuator, I think is going to be that stopgap that people need if they need to take a little profit off of their hex HSSIs. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing if you need to take a little profit without wrecking yourself.
Actuator is an amazing platform. There's like you should just make a 555 HSI and just go provide some liquidity with your HTT tokens and just see what it's about.
Yep.
Even if it's $100, just play with. Just
Yep.
see what it's about. Because
Yep.
if you got millions of hex coming
Yeah.
out natively or whatever,
Yeah.
it'll be it'll blow your mind. Definitely.
And I've actually sold some of my HTT 3000s and 7000s just here and there. I bought them back when we've got a slight downturn correction, but I haven't had any issue with slippage. I haven't had any issue with low liquidity. I've been able to move those when I felt I needed that 15, $20. Sometimes I needed some gas money, some pulse. I need some gas money, so I sell $3 or $4 of them, and I've bought them all back, and I'm going to redeem them. But it's just nice to have that option where that may not have been available for the original eHex OGs that might be hesitant about the future of hex staking. I think the future of hex staking is an HSI protocol like what Actuator has, and I think it's even going to get better with more creativity and with more people holding on to hex, knowing that they're not necessarily tied to the hip with it for 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, that's gonna make a lot more variabilities for people in life.
Yes.
Hey, something came up, I could borrow against it, and then I could buy it
Yep.
back to get my X back.
And you can buy,
Done a little bit of that myself on Actuator, and I borrowed from my HSIs that I have, and I went, did a little opportunity, came back, paid it off, undelegated my stakes, and hey, I've done it a couple times so far. So it's definitely like a system of using leverage, but you got to know what you're doing and see the opportunities that do come. But right now, I don't have one borrowed right now or HTTs in my wallet or nothing like that, besides of the HTTs that I've earned through staking the Actuator token. I've locked them up on all the 3000s, the 5000s, and the 7000s. I'm earning HTTs, and it's glorious. You know what I mean?
It is glorious. Yep. And I actually reached out to Bill over that Actuator, and I put the idea of staking the Actuator. So I did the 90-day ladder staking. So the 90-day clock doesn't start every time you lock up your HTTs. And he thought that was a great suggestion, and he was going to take it back to the team. I don't know what it's going to do to be able to do that, Rev, but he was excited about having multiple Actuator pool ladders, so you're not always constantly restarting the 90-day clock every time you add more tokens to the vault.
Well, I think you can make your own like redemption day on Actuator, but the problem that exists is you would have to provide your own liquidity in order to exit with that HTT token, which is kind of cool. But that would be cool to get some HTTs in the middle. But I think they're coming. They were thinking of that in the future, anyways. So yeah, links right down here below.
I just wanted to say, thank you for having me up. I know you're a working man just like me. I've had the last 5 days off. It's been a nice long Memorial Day weekend. It's the first real long one I've had in my career. I've enjoyed it. Just before I get off the line with y'all, just remember that life is good. Life is hard. Life has got its struggles, but the struggles, if you persevere, if you have a good network, a good small support group of people that love and care about you, that are love you enough to tell you the truth, just embrace that. If you don't have that, um, there is hope. Never give hope. You're never alone. This Pulsechain community um, has a lot of great people out in the world that do good work with counseling, that do good work with emotional support, that just have attentive ears. And I'd like to be a set of attentive ears. We're there. We're glad you're here. You're never alone. But like I said, life is hard, but it's also really, really good. So if you're having a bad day, or you know, you just you're frustrated with life or whatnot, just remember there's people out here, especially in this group of people, uh, that love to direct message, whatever's appropriate. Give sometimes it's just having someone that'll keep their mouth shut and their ears open. Let you rant, let you rave for 4 or 5, 10 minutes, get it off your chest, and then life goes on. So um, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out.
Yeah. I think last week we had somebody like talking about suicide, stuff like that. They're having a hard time telling them. I think it was last week or the week before that, and that it was never worth it. And it's like, if you ever need to talk, anybody in Pulsechain will talk to you, man. Anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
you can get through it. Like, even if that knife in your gut or your back feels horrible and it hurts so bad, it'll get better, man.
Yep. Yep. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But by the grace of the good Lord, I've got a family that adores me, that loves me enough to accept me for who I am, but loves me even more to see the positive change that that they see in me. Um, and again, not to get too sappy, but these streams, even tonight, it just reinforces that humanity is still there, that caring, compassionate, caring people are still out there. And even though we're all accountable for our own actions, our own choices, we we all make mistakes, and it's good to have a group of people to fall back onto and just say, you know what, that was dumb. Let's move on. I've learned from it. Uh, we'll get it next time.
Amen. Amen, brother.
All right. And I know you're a working man. You're working stiff like I am. So I'm going to say good night and thank you. Thank you, Bright Light, for giving me some airtime tonight.
Yeah, not a problem. Anytime, man. Door's always
right.
open. Hexty.
Okay.
I appreciate that you even came on. Like, a lot of people don't even. I do it from time to time. Share the link out there. People pop up sometimes, but
yeah,
not very often. I appreciate it.
All right. Good night, brother.
Yeah. Good night. Anyways, that was cool. Yeah. So we have token and the rap pulse ratio doing pretty dang good. I think people are finally starting to think we're gonna make it out of this thing. I don't know. Token is about we're all gonna make it. Yeah, it's that agreeable. It's multiple things, but let's move on. Got any tickers? Throw them in the chat. You can always use Hocus Pocus for some more APR on Actuator, I believe, with the flux pools, 2 flux pools, whatever. Actuator is awesome. I think I did a video on it way back, and I showed my strategy and what I was doing, and I was even incorporating ICOSA, the Hedron, all that stuff. Yeah, you got to kind of look for things and incorporate the auctions. It's a whole system, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Let's get back to charts. Everybody loves my TA, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's completely wrong, but yeah, up and to the right with this, and seems like it's going to hold above 1, guys. I think almost everybody will be in profit pretty soon, just like more tokens. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. I don't know. I really don't know. With nope like this, yep like that. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it is building this head and shoulder, like inverse head and shoulders right here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm more bullish on nope. You know what I mean? Than this chart says. I'm still holding my note. I still got it in LP. You know? Yeah, impermanent loss, whatever. Let's move on to Scuba Steve. Not enough people know about this one. Broke down, breakout target. We'll get there, man. It's kind of still got that cup and handle kind of thing. Maybe we're getting a second chance. Who knows? But it's going down. I don't really. The RSI is kind of down here. And yeah, I think it looks like it's breaking down on the RSI. Also, look at that. Retested the top. Yeah, my lines aren't that great, but hey. Hopefully, we come back down here. It might retest this middle of this area right here, maybe the top. We'll see. You know, there is some confluence in this area, the RSI bands, if you put a horizontal line on it. So we probably got a little bit more downside to go. I'm hoping though, I do see this line right here that, you know, it is decision time to go back up, boys and girls. Yeah, boys and girls, I'm sticking to it. Get over it. Yeah, I think we're going back up. It's almost decision time. Let's see. I did just actually notice that we could be having this little, let's call that a little fake out. Little right there, a little fake out on the daily. Maybe the 4 hour will show it more. Yeah, that's better. And could be building a triangle, guys. And then this would be up here. And it looks like, oh, that wouldn't work. Because we'd be breaking down. Could be faking you out again, guys. Hopefully we go up. We'll see. That's the 4 hour, though. Daily kind of, that would be retesting the bottom. So I don't know. It's a hard one. We'll have to see. I think it's decision time, though, with Scuba Steve. Either you're bullish or bearish. Let's just stick with that line right there. Make it look a little bit more bullish, right? And we could even bring this line down to like right here. And hopefully break out, you know. Shall see. It is at a 44K market cap. This does have staking, guys, just like Hex. Get your Scuba shares. ScubaSteve.io. Have you ever staked like $10 worth just to see if it worked? You never know. You never know. Scuba Steve's also in the Agreeable Index. If you didn't know, VETS token, I think, is on here somewhere. Let's just search for it. The VETS token is it? Oh, we haven't looked at that one in a while. I don't know why my nose is itchy right now, but don't you hate it when your nose is itchy? VETS at a 19K market cap is tied to Axis token. Looks like it's keeping this little floor. It looks like it's got a little inverse. Could be forming an M, but I doubt it. It looks like it's going to be reaching a bottom here pretty soon. That line retested, made it look bearish. Let's see if we might be coming down to this line right here. That's a good support line for it. Could be coming down to almost a little under 2 cents. That is VETS. Thought that was on my name. Apparently not. Let's look at Queen. Queen's still not above the bullish line. It is retesting the bottom line probably again. Hopefully, could reverse tomorrow. Could reverse, but it had that triangle and it broke down. You can see it from here if you smash it. You know, yeah. Yeah, we'll see if it breaks. Hopefully it breaks up. Hopefully it breaks up. I want to get through these guys because I think I'm almost at the 2 hour mark. Yeah. King. And it's going down a little further. It's not good. It's at 100K. Yeah, all right. I mean, this token's bullish. They got some augmented reality stuff and stuff going on. That's cool. I think it is. Pink Mist Whale. Let's see if this goes down. Yeah, it's going down to. Let's go to Rat Pulse. See if it's higher. No, looks the same. All right, it's just the market right now, I guess. Let's look at Treasury. I want to put on my watch list because somebody jumped in. Ooh, it's finally at that area, guys. Finally, but it looks like it's going to go down further. If I were to buy this, it is finally entering that zone. Like tax token, no. I don't know the founder. I just seen him in chat. Probably it gives you hex as yield, which is kind of cool. I think we'll see. If this was inverted, it would look very bullish to me. So, to each his own. Got the gas token. It's down 2%. And let's go to Pulsechain right here. So I'll just spend a little more time and go to gainers. Look at this, like 109%. What the hell is that? Let's go to volume. Remember the 5th of December is at the top, guys. 2% gain. How in the hell they got that much volume? Yeah, these are the popular tokens, I guess. Teddy Bear, old one, down 3%. Volume's 157K. I'm still trading that. Wow. EHEX is below it on volume. What's going on here, guys? Like Finvesta, here we go. Look at this. Let's look at this chart. They seem to be doing pretty good. Holding up all right. But again, guys, if you're in the Finvesta ecosystem, just saying. It could. I don't know, but if it breaks out up, cool. We shall see. There's another line right here. Let's flatten that up a little bit. I know it's not the best, but there's my lines for that. All right. And let's go to 2 fucks. Since not enough people own 2 fucks. It's still down here, guys. Look. New all-time low. Come on. Nobody wants governance tokens these days, tokens with utility. All they want to do is go over to Base or Solana and play in the meme coins because those are the only ones that pump, huh? I think you guys are missing out on opportunities left and right. Left and right. Gelato. I haven't even got to dark matter yet. Can't forget dark matter. Hey, look. Forming up, but still got that head and shoulders too. And it broke down. So, yeah. That's going down, probably back down to here. So, we'll see. At 0.000 4 zeros and 43. Dark token going down, and minting just started. So I don't know, guys. I think Dark has thicker liquidity than that. Dark, no, yeah, Dark Dat I think is the one. Had like 30,000 liquidity. Let's just do this. Dark Hex, it had thicker liquidity. Where's the DAT pair? There it is. It doesn't show you how much. That sucks. But if you go over to Hocus Pocus, I could show you that it has a DAT pair. Yeah, 24,000. My bad. 24,000 LP. So yeah, that's that pair. Let's go to the DAT. Let's go to DAT. Homie, don't play DAT. Oh, it broke down. Crap. People started selling their profits from DAT, huh? Poorah-ish. Yeah, where's my poorahs at in the chat? AJ, calling you out. Just kidding. I haven't seen Vets in a while in here either. That's a crypto. What's up, man? Yeah. Kind of broke down out of that. Kind of ran out of runway. I've been taking my yield to DAT and just kind of keeping the ratio all right with yep. Maybe probably why this is doing all right. But I don't know, guys. It looks like we're going to break down a little further. But yeah, most, let's look at Pump. Pump, right pulse, down 6%. I think we're going to pump, guys. Look at that. Retesting right there. It's got to pump. You get it? It's got to pump. Let's look at PTGC. How is this one doing? I haven't looked at it in a while. I made profits on it. Such. Breaking down again. It's a messy line, but it's just there's that. Could be a wedge though, so yeah, it's still gonna retest that. I don't know, guys. Pulsechain is going down, so it's pushing things down too. So yeah, PTGC. Let's look at UFO. Down again. Wait, what? Am I in like the Twilight Zone, guys? What the hell is going on? Yeah, it's breaking down too because of Pulse. Let's look at this stuff again. Trying to figure out what's causing this. Pulsechain should be bouncing right here. If it's gonna null and void that. TFC. This was a coin. I got to put this on my watch list too. The Fitzgerald Company. It's starting to pull back. Let's put this on the watch list. Since some people are starting to talk about it. If you guys haven't heard, Fitzgerald Company, let's go check out the website real quick. Give you the little last gem. Mission statement, T Consulting LLC. Real company, man. Look at that. Believe in the Holy Bible. They believe in Jesus. Really awesome. Why the Government Don't Work by Harry Brown. That's a good book. I haven't really read it, but I heard it is a good book. Yeah. Nice mission. According to Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Congress has the power to coin money and regulate the value thereof. The reason they have such power is due to the fact of that we naturally have it, and we have given it to them by the way of the Constitution. That is like the most important part. We gave them the power to control us by money. Wow. Yeah. Watch list. If that comes down, like right there, I'll probably get some. I don't know. No. It probably won't because they're going to put their profits into it. I have no idea, guys. How much did it go up from there before they hit it big? 5x? Close to? From launch on pump tires, it went up a what? Wow. Nice. It's probably going to go up more. But it needs a little cool off period, tell you that. Put a little fib down here. Let's go right there. Still above the 618. I want to see it between the 382 and the 236. So let's put a box right there. Yeah. I might buy some there. Who knows? Support you guys. I don't know. 4 hour I meant, not 4 day. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good spot to pick some up. Nice consolidation. Doubt that one's going to hold because it's too small. Well, it's only 4 hours, so yeah. Other than that, guys, it's pretty much all I got. Schmo, appreciate you in the chat. That's about all I got. I think I'm going to go out on this video and wish you all a Merry Pulsechain. Well, we're past 2 years now. You think 2.5 years will be the ticket? I really hope the Oracle or Chainlink comes over. That would be awesome. That would be really awesome. So, yeah, let's look at the video here. I think let's do... who should we troll? Let's do chosen ones.
Brothers and sisters, we have been chosen. We are going to the promised lands, Valhalla. This is it. The pumps are here. Valhalla, gospel, Jesus will be proud of you for holding your krypton. Your children's children will remember your name. So ladies and gentlemen, a toast. Because we are the new welfare leaders.
Anyways, on that note, guys, yeah, I even show that on dumps. So we're still here. I like the messy hair, by the way, from the hat hair. It was all slicked back. Not anymore. Anyways, peace out. Like, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just get back over on X if you want. Whatever. Please, like, retweet this. Let's grow this stuff. If you guys like it, we'll do more of it, you know. Peace out.
No permissions, birth looked up, taking flight falling. Knows dissidence, balanced in dark and light. Steadying the agreeable index plight. Crypto tuning up, yup, keeping it right. Yup. The meme that's on the rise. disagree. Yep. Meet up, hits it right. Freedom and prosperity, the destination and the flight. Lighting up Dad's farm, opposed to that nope rule. Firing up them charts, yeah, flying straight and true. Wink at the foes, cheer at the woes, yep.